Ion Radio is on the air from the Hyatt Regency Hotel here in Schaumburg. It is the 2024 Star Wars Armada World Championship at AdeptiCon. With me is Adrian Valerie. To my left, Garrett Vance is sitting over at the table taking notes and making sure we know what is going on. And I am Ken Krajniak reporting all of the information we have. The SSD player is the first player. So as you can see on the screen, there is a giant SSD. And we personally think this thing looks good. It's got some nifty little battles happening on top of it.
Absolutely.
And we've got another view. You actually can kind of see it. Those are not painted orange. Those are lit up
Those
orange.
engines, they be full of LEDs. TIE fighters, explosions, A-wings, all of it. All on the top of that SSD. It's a battle in your face.
So apologies again for the stream. We had a brief hiccup in internet which required us to restart everything. So we are back up and running. Let us know how we sound and everything else so that we can kind of go from there. We are going to be playing Planetary Ion Cannon. Let's get, we'll get you the lists and everything else here in just a second as we slowly reassert ourselves here in terms of what we are looking at. So again, apologies because, boy, did we just get hit with an unexpected change there.
You know, if there were no technical difficulties, there would be no difficulties. That's what they say.
All right, so we have Gene and Tom playing. Gene is going to be our Republic player. Tom is our Imperial player. Tom's the one with the SSD with the battle happening on top of it. So actually, you're getting 2 games of Armada for 1 today.
Exactly. You know, Garrett was generous enough to let me back in the booth to call the Super Star Destroyer. You know, I missed out a little bit on my Imperials earlier. Had to deal with 2 Rebel fleets. Fun as it was, I needed my dose of Imperials.
And you do know a lot about Imperial fleets, Adrian. So speaking of fleets, while we are getting set up here, and we're going to switch to the overhead cam while we do this, so that we can see how things are going to get set up. I'm going to get rid of that scoreboard, too, while we're at it for the moment.
And also, just for everybody watching, that Super Star Destroyer has not been deployed there. We asked Tom to generously place the Star Destroyer there so we could show you the battle happening on top of it, the engines, all that good stuff. So that Superstar is going to be redeployed here very shortly, as I'm sure anyone who has played a Superstar know, because the back edge is not touching his edge. So
this is table 14. So for that we are going to be doing for round 3 of the last chance qualifier. And we've got Gene and Tom playing. Like I said, let's take a look at the lists. Give me a second while we load these up.
It's going to be an Admiral Piet versus Admiral Ackbar fight. I'm sure Ken's going to pull up the Rebel list first because that is the way Ken leans. He's a good guy. And as he brings it, do you want to take the Rebel list and go through it?
I will take the Rebel list and bring it. Give me a second while I bring it in here. So we have hidden objectives, so you cannot see these, but we do have Gene Ferreiro with an Ackbar's Golden Guppy list. It has not 1, not 2, but 3 assault frigate Mark IIs, all of them the B model.
3.
So the flagship is Admiral Ackbar. With Intel Officer, Caitken and Shollan, Reserve Hangar Deck, Electronic Countermeasures. The second one has Intel Officer, Gunnery Team, Reserve Hangar Deck, Reinforced Blast Doors, and Linked Turbo Laser Towers. The third one is identical to the second one with Intel Officer, Gunnery Teams, Reserve Hangar Deck, Linked Turbo Laser Towers, and that's it at 101 points. We can round this sucker out with a GR-75 medium transport with Ahsoka Tano, munitions resupply, and the Bright Hope title. 4 squadrons. We have 3 Z-95 Headhunter squadrons and Tico Celshu.
Or Tycho.
Or Tycho, depending on how you want to do that.
That's right.
Let's take a look at Tom's list here.
All right. So this list is short and sweet, but it's the Superstar Destroyer, so there's nothing short about it. It is the Admiral Piet Admiral. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Piet activation, because he is kind of an admiral you don't see played very often, but he does work pretty well with Superstar because the admiral can be tapped to do a dial for a token. So, for instance, let's say he has the nav dial or nav command first off, and he gets the token automatically. Piet can tap and resolve that later rounds for a nav command. It's got Commander Vanto, Riva always good. Build up those shields. Captain Brunson, because that Superstar Destroyer is going to be near some obstructions or obstacles. Gunnery team, quad laser turrets, point defense reroute, leading shots, high capacity ion turbines, XI-7s, LTTs, and the Ravager title. This is a kitted out SSD. If you want all the points in one ship, this is it. It's 340 points. And then he's got 2 Gozers, one with CommsNet, one with Vader Officer, and 1 Repair Crews. No squads.
So we're looking for an exciting game here, and I think we're going to get it, and for a number of different reasons. First of all, anytime you have a Superstar Destroyer on the table, that alone is a unique thing. And I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how this battle plays out. We are doing Planetary ion cannon.
Yep. The thing that's going to make me really interested here, I mean, you've got 4 ships on the Rebel side, 3 on the Imperial side.
Right.
So obviously the Superstar is going to be out deployed no matter what.
Right, but that's usually a case with the SSD,
yep.
And here it comes out.
Here it comes out. He's going right in the corner, right near the edge of the deployment zone, which is probably a smart move. Ackbar is going to be able to put lots of shots on this ship.
Yeah.
It's just a fact. It's going to have to eat a lot of damage. Thing is about the Superstar, it can eat a lot of damage. So
22 hull points. Now, there is that unique rule with the ISDs at
Superstar.
Superstars.
Yep.
See, Superstar ISD, speaking of it, is at speed 2. But you've got the cripple ability with the Superstar Destroyer.
Yeah, if you can get it to 11 hull, you get half the points of the ship. And obviously that's usually the goal for most fleets, is to get it to half, unless you have the firepower Ackbar does and you can try to take the thing down. I'm fairly certain that this Superstar Destroyer is going to turn in to protect those Gozers and keep those points alive. Plus, those Gozers have the ability to provide not only engineering tokens with CommsNet, but also for repair crews. All you really need is a token to discard a card off that ship. So they're going to try to keep those alive to help the repair. But the thing is, man, that Ackbar kill box with ECM on those assault prototypes, those are going to be tough to get through. If he can get, like he's doing now, speed 2, and not eat so much damage on the way into the kill box, 3 shots from that Superstar Destroyer is going to do a lot to those
going to
assault
hurt.
frigates.
I'm actually going to switch the view here. I want to take a look at these the assault frigates here. I mean, they're really nicely painted blue, and we've got a gold one coming up.
I'm guessing that's
all of these
Ackbar.
at speed 2. I'm assuming so, yes. But we've got some. This is a unique battle in just the perspective of looking at it. This is not your normal assault frigate paint job.
Right.
You've got the battle atop the SSD, and we will have to ask Tom about this a little bit later. Yep, we are correct. Speed 2 on that assault frigate. We're going to have to ask Tom about what happens on top that SSD, and I'm horrified to know if there's actually an A-wing on top of it.
There is.
There is?
It's right in the front, and it is facing toward the bridge. So I think if the SSD somehow goes down, that is
that could be problematic. So let's hope that that's not the case. We will find out soon enough as we continue moving on.
Yep. All right. So let's see how close that Superstar Destroyer really is to that trailing assault frigate.
I think we're just out of long range.
It might be just out. Deploying at the edge of his deployment zone as he is, though, it's going to be close. Let's see if we can get Garrett's attention. And let's see if Garrett can tell us if that superstar is at long range to that trailing assault frigate, or if it's just outside. We're not sure how far out, but Garrett is confirming it is outside of long range. So
we already have our ion cannon.
Yep.
That's right in the center there of the screen.
All three of those. So while that Superstar Destroyer attempts to turn in, I think it's going to eat a little bit of that ion cannon.
I suspect we will. Now, we do not have Gergerod, so there will be no 90-degree turns with this SSD.
No, but Piet can be very effective. You know, and you can do other. I mean, you can do your token for the next round. So we're probably going to see nav every other round, is my thought.
I think you might be right.
Although there is CommsNet in there too, so who knows?
Yeah, definitely. So just so that everyone knows, both players currently have 10 tournament points, so they're middle of the pack. So again, any game, but a good win here could definitely put you in a good position for round 4 and a chance at one of those 3 coveted spots to move on to day 1.
Absolutely. It seems like there's a lot of even games here.
This Gazante's moving at speed 1 has
CommsNet is going speed 1. And that's the one on the outside. So Repair Cruise is tucked up tight next to the Superstar.
I've never eaten a blue potato either. I'm curious to know if we're going to find out what they taste like.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen some purple ones.
A couple
I've
purple
heard
ones.
Of red potatoes. Those are
red
delicious.
Potatoes, yeah.
New potatoes. All right, GR75 munitions resupply.
That's
going to get some of those out there.
In the corner. And again, if you guys at home watching in, listening to the stream, have any questions on what's going on, or if there's something you want to know about, let us know in the chat. We're going to do our best to sit down and pay attention to that so that we can adjust the screens or everything else. So the players are Tom Kolker, who is the SSD player. He's up on the top of the overhead view. The Gozanti navigation taking it as a token.
Yep, that's Repair Cruise. Repair Cruise is taking that token.
And on the bottom of the screen is Gene Ferreiro, I believe. And he is playing our Republic fleet today.
Rebel fleet.
Rebel fleet. I meant to say Rebel.
Yes. All right, so let's see here. Oh, so the assault frigate, that's Ackbar. He's already
the gold one.
He's flirting with that asteroid. He's going to try to stay
avoid
away
it.
on the
I don't
outside.
think you want to take, right here at the beginning of turn 1, you do not want to take an asteroid.
Yeah, I think he's looking to, he doesn't want to turn in too severely against that Star Destroyer, because it can with a nav turn. It can. And that is a big front arc.
Yep.
And you definitely don't want to get doubled by Ravager.
Now, one of the things that was asked of me is, what are these tokens here? I've got an arrow point at. Those are the 3 tokens for Planetary Ion Cannon.
That's correct. Oh, Ackbar's going speed 3, so he's moving. All right, Superstar is activating with a nav command. So he gets the nav command and he gets the token as per the usual Superstar Destroyer rules. So I have a feeling that that token is going to be saved for future rounds and Piet. Also with the Superstar Destroyer, as most people know, you will move from the back lock-in joint. So that makes the movement a little more wonky, but looks like he's gonna definitely turn in, and let's see where that gets him. It's definitely gonna push the nose out pretty far at speed 2, even with just that one click turn.
Making some decisions here. Planetary Ion Cannon. This is where at the end of the command phase, second player, who in this case is Gene, may choose one enemy ship, probably the SSD, that is within distance 1 to 3 of any of those 3 objective tokens.
And here's the move.
I believe the SSD is going to be within range 1 to 3 of that token. So this is exactly where I was going to go. So
No,
perfectly demonstrated on screen.
And you could see Gene measuring, obviously, within red range of those two assault frigates now. So we're going to see some Ackbarring here, because why not? The Superstar has gone, so that Superstar is going to need to eat some shots. Where he has to worry now is where he's going to move.
So we've got our assault frigate here.
And he's going to shoot. I'm not sure which one activated, but it doesn't much matter at this point here. We're going to see the dice.
This is side to
the front. Okay.
And we're starting
very
out
accurate.
with an accuracy. Is that a blank? That looks like a blank on the top.
No, I think it's a crit. Oh, it might be blank.
This is Intel to brace.
Okay, so that's
bringing in
might be a
Ackbar.
blank.
Yeah.
So
LTT. 3 blanks.
Wow,
to start.
this is not wonderful. I would be surprised if that Superstar Destroyer did anything but just eat it, unless he wants to redirect it. What's he doing? Oh, just move. Okay. So we're just redirecting.
Okay.
All right, so Superstar Destroyer just redirects, and then that, the head, the second assault frigate is going to move. Is that going to be straight? Oh, he's kind of doing a little...
So keeping up with decent shields here.
Yeah.
Playing around with tools and whatnot. Put that in the corner here for us so that we can keep tabs on what we got.
Yeah.
This will stay out of the scoreboard range too, which is going to be useful for us.
Yeah, all right. So he's measuring to see if he's in red. I think he's probably in red. It's pretty close. We'll find out here in a minute. I think that is cardboard to cardboard. So even moving there, he is still within red. So
that could be a problem.
That's going to be a rather large problem. What's going to be an even bigger problem is if that other assault frigate turns in.
We have a judge call for range.
Interesting. Man, I guess the overhead is a little bit different. It's hard to judge, but man, it kind of looked like it.
So
we're going cardboard to cardboard.
He's
the judges asking for them to hold it down very shrewdly. Yeah, that looks like it's in. And he's looking to see cardboard, not just plastic. He's looking for cardboard.
We are waiting for the judge's decision here. And the final decision.
And we don't. Is it in?
It is out.
Ooh, that's close. All right.
Millimeter.
This is a game of millimeters, so that one might be out. Let's see if he can do a similar thing with that trailing.
As we get that,
I'm not sure if he can.
The other assault frigate.
I mean, he will have to move that assault frigate to the right quite a bit. You can see he's measuring right now, and it's way in.
Right. So he'll be able to get that shot.
Yes. Yep. I think it's.
And we've got another judge call.
Not sure what the call is about. We'll find out here in a minute. Oh, we're checking obstruction.
Obstruction.
You know something I've not seen out on the board are laser lines.
You know what? Neither have I.
Yeah, laser lines are pretty standard fare in our groups. Oh, so they're going to measure. Oh, that's close. That's real close.
If you are here at AdeptiCon, please come by, stop by, say hello to us here.
So here we go. So 3 damage. And now here's the Ackbar, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, the Ackbar.
Yep. So
Intel the brace.
Oh, he's intelling the brace. Okay. All right, 5. All right,
5 total.
Yeah, Intel officer is wicked. It's
well,
horrible.
The mere fact that you're putting yourself in a position, it's effectively an accuracy, but it's a nasty one because it's an accuracy where you can still use it, but at a cost.
So late in the game or passing a ship or something of that nature, okay, sounds good. But,
as the game goes on, then that's where it gets questionable. But, again, especially when you're dealing with something like the Superstar Destroyer, you're going to really take advantage of Intel Officer.
Yep.
Because you're going to want to get those tokens down.
So Brunson removed a token, and he braced it to 2, and then redirected. Interesting. So he must have thrown a brace. Interesting.
We're getting a shield update for you. 5 in the front,
Yep,
3
one
on
on
the
the
right, 1 on the left. This is just
Yep.
the front half of the SSD. The rear half is untouched.
Right. I think we're probably going to see either round 2 or 3 the engineering dial where he's going to, instead of recovering shields, move them. That's the superstar trick. All the ships are on one side of you. The side that doesn't take fire, you just move all the shields to the other side. It's the most bang for your buck.
And that's one of the things to keep in mind. The SSD is a Command 4 ship, so you are planning pretty much your entire game at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see if Tom pre-planned that in his head, knowing that he was going to have an attack, and that he'd need to get
squads
prepared from that.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if he was optimistic and did a concentrate fire command second, and then another nab, then an engineering, or if he went engineering second, playing more defensive, and then Ravager. To have the title, you got to have that Confier to add in the extra dice.
I agree.
So my thought is it's going to be second command.
So
Confier.
round 2, we're about to start. Now here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm looking ahead here, and what I'm seeing is you've got these 3 planetary ion tokens sitting right in front of you.
Yep.
And when you start looking at that, you're expecting to take a little bit of damage. So I wonder if he didn't pre-plan a few engineering commands.
The thing that makes it, I guess, another consideration is you can do engineering dials, I guess, if you think you're going to get walloped, and your comms net will then have to feed you that Confier token, because otherwise, why have Ravager? You need Confier to fuel those extra dice. So whether it's a token or a dial, the dial and a token is really where it's at with Ravager. So if he thinks he can get within range by round 2, deliver a wallop, and then engineer from then on, okay. But we'll see. We'll see how shrewd they are.
Well, here's our first
cannon,
ion cannon.
and we'll see what hull zone he chooses to attack. It's going to be the front. So he is softening up the superstar for the Ackbar shots. Well, that's great roll. 4 and
just 4 right out.
He's gonna I'm guess wait to see what tokens he's gonna spend before declaring whether the crit goes off. Now the thing with the ion cannon is the defender gets to choose and exhaust one of his defense tokens if it's the case. So on Superstar, that's going to be a contain.
Yeah.
And because you got 2 of them.
There is a crit. We're exhausting the contain, yeah.
Yep. Yep. So he took those that front shot, and now
we're getting the
let's see,
turn 3 proper, or turn 2 proper.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I'm guessing it's going to be Superstar. Oh, so he did brace on that ion.
Now we do have 2 braces, 2 redirects, 2 contains on the Superstar Destroyer. So there's a lot that you can do to defend it. Again, you need to get it down at least 11 hull points. You're doing an ISD's worth of damage to be able to gain some points.
All right, so with the redirects and everything, we're now 5 shields on the front of the SSD, 1 on each of its side hull zones. So let's see what Tom reveals here when he activates the super. Oh, he's not. He's activating a flotilla. All right.
Well, activation padding.
Yep. Yep. Gazanti. I'm wondering why
it's
he
showing
activated. Yep. I'm wondering why he activated repair crews, in case one of those Ackbars gets through and does a damage card. He could have had an engineering dialed up, but you know what? Sometimes Ackbar is a little deceptive.
Well, I mean, we're moving to the GR75 transport again. We're basically playing, activation padding for the first 2 activations of each turn. So, Ackbar is a tricky thing. With Ackbar, what you're looking to do is stay in your long range and throw the extra dice.
Yep.
So the question really is, You want to avoid the Superstar Destroyer's front arc, because while you're there, you're vulnerable to be just taken off the table.
So are we marking something here? Oh, did he activate his GR? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
oh,
it's
okay.
GR, and he's moving the squadrons, I think, just to get him out of the way to make his move.
Yep. All right, that's tight. Going to speed 3. Well, he's trying to boogie out of there if he can.
So I do believe the answer in the chat here, it's utilizing the other brace. So you choose which token you're going to use Intel Officer for. So if you choose a green brace, for example,
use the other one.
You brace on the other one.
Yep. Nav. All right, so let's see what we're doing here. I think he's deciding whether or not to do Superstar, and I think he is. So let's see what this dial is. Confire? What did I mention? Ravager. All right, so let's see what he does. So he gets the token, he gets the dial. We're going to be adding in some dice after the fact, I think. So let's see who he shoots. It's going to be that rear assault frigate for sure. All right, so I think we're going to be measuring. Is that right? So
I'm trying to figure out how this is moving. I'm going to switch the camera view. Just see
he was out of red range for everything. Is that correct?
Okay, so I asked Garrett for an update on the defense tokens, and right now we are at each token pair has one green and one red. So there's a green brace, green redirect, red redirect, and same thing with the two contains.
All right, so apparently all of the assault frigates were out of red range. That's unfortunate.
We're slowly watching what we've got this as we're developing here, and I'm personally a little afraid here looking at this. If I was in one of those assault frigates, Ackbar activating here with a nav.
Well, so I think that he's going to eat a lot of damage here, so he's going to have to make that next round count.
Like 2 hits, 1 hit.
2 hits. Oh no, you're right. That's a reflection. Sorry, it's 1 hit.
And okay. What do we got going? Something happened here. Hang on, we're making a question.
Yep.
Ackbar did not have a shot, so that was a roll that was
must
made
be just out.
Yeah.
It is sometimes hard to tell in this overhead angle exactly what's in and out, but yeah, this should be interesting. If they're that far out, I mean, Ackbar needs to get into red range also. You know,
right?
I mean, it's like that's the only way they're going to do anything.
And I think what we're trying to do here is you've got Gene who's trying to skirt along the edges.
Sure.
And which is not a bad way to play this against the SSD.
Yep, just kind of circle around and around and around. And I mean, eventually, even if they play this dance at red range, turning in hard enough at auxiliary arcs will enable you to be more survivable, and you might be able to poach one of those Gazantes.
So that Gazanti is dropped down to speed 1.
Yep. Okay.
We definitely have range here.
Oh yeah, they've got range there, and actually that looked like blue.
I'm sure Garrett will write up something to let us know.
Yep.
I will say that is one spot where I'm a little envious in terms of all of us here presenting at Ion Radio. The assault frigate. Side
to front. So we're going to have a shot here, and obviously he's going to add in some Ackbar here shortly. But let's see what we got.
2 hits to start.
Yep.
Riva is bringing back.
Oh, Riva's bringing back a shield because that was the target of an attack, and it had a shield left. So that's good. Riva Demets. And she is an exhaust, so that happens once. But still great way to bring back some shields. Until the green redirect. Interesting. All right, and adding in a blue for some
this
reason.
looks like the Ackbar dice. Yep, there's the one.
Not sure what the blue was. Oh, unless that was part of the side arc. And that's a blank. So it looks like the final answer is 4.
So there's a question in chat about the 1-1-2 turn, and I believe there was a nav involved. Ooh, that is an interesting question because an assault frigate has nothing naturally in its first bit. That last attack was braced down to 2.
Let's look at the fleet. I think some of these assault frigates had some upgrades.
Wrong one.
So let's see here. We've got...
That would have been this one.
Don't know.
Good question.
Yeah, good question. Not sure.
Front of the SSD, 4, 2, and 1. So 4 shields in the front, 2 and 1 on the left and right sides, respectively. And we are now double checking some ranges here.
Yep.
This is rear assault frigate.
Assault frigate
So
2,
side
side to
to
front,
the front.
as per the usual arrangement. So let's see what this roll turns into. All right, that's an accuracy and
Accuracy
hit,
and
crit.
a crit, maybe 2.
Hit, crit, accuracy, 1 of each.
Intelling
Intel.
something. Intel
Oh,
the redirect.
Okay.
We're getting there's some table talk here between the players. We're waiting to see what they're saying. Garrett's going to report in. He's wiping off his board to update us. We've got another shot. I
So
believe
the
this is
Intel,
probably
the
the
green
Ackbar
brace.
dice.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so now that's 3, and
3
he
total
intel
hits.
the green brace. And he's going to lock down the green redirect. So intel the green brace, lock down the green redirect. So we'll see what happens here. All right, so let's see. So we're going to
Dropping our shields here on the front of the SSD.
And we will see.
Burns the red
Oh,
redirect.
he burns the red redirect to turn it. Okay. So no cards. And then let's see what this maneuver looks like. And was that a nav token that he had? I don't think so. All right. A very careful turning plan here. All right. Well, it seems to me that both of those assault frigates are going to have or be at long range now. So I think next round is when we're going to see some Superstar Destroyer action. He's going to be moving his squadrons up because it is right into the squad phase.
We are in the squadron phase now for turn 2.
He's just moving those squads over. Yep, makes sense. All right. Then we'll be resetting dials, and it'll be...
And here we go into turn 3. I'm going to, once again, just because of how pretty this SSD is, I am going to switch to this view, just so that we can see it and enjoy it and look at it. And really, again, it's all the work that's going on top of that SSD.
Yes. Yep. It's really nicely crafted. The LEDs inside are really nicely done. It doesn't show up very well on stream, but there are actually lights within the cityscape on top of the Superstar shirt as well. Small LEDs that look just great. So a lot of work went into it. It's really, really a cool model. But yeah, it looks like they're going into the next turn. I believe it's 3. Thank you everybody in the chat for the comments and all that. There are folks at the table looking at all of the functions that the players are doing. So we'll see what happens from here on. So let's see. It looks like they are getting dials ready.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be more on the one side than the other, and I think here, Gazanti number 1.
Okay. Yep.
Comsnet
Gazanti. And I don't know if he sent a token over, or if he's just moving, or if he took it himself.
Garrett's reporting in here.
So we are activating, I'm guessing, one of the other. Oh, the GR75 is activating. Okay, it's going to try to get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Or at least clear the way.
Right now, I think we've got an even score because nothing's been destroyed yet.
That's correct.
So it's 0-0. So Seth, here's how Armada is going to get played. There's 2 ways to gain points. One is by destroying ships. The other one is by accumulating victory tokens from various different objectives. This particular game is played with the objective Planetary Ion Cannon. There will be no extra points gained from that. So this is 100% based on the number of ships that are destroyed, and each ship is going to have a different value based on the ship itself, and then upgrade cards that are included with it.
So all right, so here it is. Yep,
used.
see? So he's got an engineering dial.
Yep.
So now we're going to see a bunch of shields getting moved, I'm guessing. And then he's going to Piet the nav dial, I'm guessing, so that he can turn a bit. Or Confire, I'm not sure. We'll see.
We are getting a little bit of light from the windows. We are going to work on that in a minute for you guys.
So I'm not sure what he did with the Piet and what was an actual dial.
I think it was just to sit there and update the shields. Garrett's going to be giving us an update here in a minute.
Yep.
This is a
front
rear
shot to rear. So it looked like it was a Confire command. So he must have been Pieting engineering. I'm not sure.
Okay,
all right.
that's
accuracy in 3 hits. Confire dial and the token to add 2 dice. Okay. LTT that to 0.
Oh, it looks like a double at the bottom.
I can't tell. Yep, it is. Okay.
Making some decisions on which tokens to use. We're going to be given some information.
I'm not sure which assault frigate. I mean, he's hitting the back of it, but I'm not sure if that's one of the ones with ECM or not.
We're dealing with the intel officer. Is there an intel officer on the ship?
No.
Accuracy. Oh, it's
no,
accuracy.
No, this
accuracying the brace.
Yeah, this is the superstar shooting.
Right. Well, with all these red dice, it could be Ackbar.
It is the Ravager adding in.
Yes.
Yep, for sure.
So damage is being taken.
Yep. Okay.
Evade the double, and then redirect it to the side.
Yep. And
Thrust
control malfunction. Crit through the back.
We've seen that one come up a couple
times. We have.
For the folks at home, a thrust control malfunction stipulates that the yaw value for the last adjustable joint at your current speed is reduced by 1. So here's our second shot. I think it's probably
this is the gunnery team one.
Yeah.
That's LTT.
Front to the rear, probably
of the other one. Yep, and that looks like 2 with an accuracy.
Both crits.
Yep.
I believe that accuracy the brace. Yep, accuracy the brace.
No brace. Yep.
In the rear, that's getting taken care of.
Okay.
I think Garrett's going to give us a shield status update here in just a second. Yep. 4 in the front, 3 in the side, 2 on the left.
Not quite sure if that's Assault Frigate 2, 1. Not sure.
movement. That is just a scary thing. So
That is
creep
a little
close
scary.
To him.
Yeah, a little scary.
An SSD has been activated.
Yes, and Ackbar itself is still out of range of that Super Star Destroyer.
Okay, Ackbar's going first.
I don't think there's a shot. We'll see. He's showing
Navigate
a nav.
token.
Yeah, I don't know if he's taking a token or not.
No, he's showing a nav as
Yes.
the dial. So whether he took it as a token or a dial,
Remains to be seen.
we'll find out. Okay, here we are looking at adjusting the course.
All right. So he has moved. I'm not sure if he is in red range again.
We're going to find out. You might be out of it. That looks like we're still out of red range from
Yeah.
this distance.
I mean, he's definitely got the Gozer,
Yep.
and he's got it. He might even have doubled. But there's Repair Cruise. Repair Cruise is going to move forward. It's kind of staying out of the fight, just kind of there, you know.
Yeah, that's drop the dial, which was a that looked like an engineering dial.
Yeah, yeah. He's probably going to run engineering this entire time, for sure.
You know, that lead.
Now there's a measure. He's going to see what the side looks like and what's better, side, rear, double arc, or just side with Ackbar. So it looks like we're getting a side to front.
Yep, side to front.
Okay. So it's an engineering dial. All right. So that took a little bit of damage, so it's probably going to replace some shields.
Here's our first shot.
Oh,
he took it as a token.
Okay.
All right. Making his decisions here.
Yeah. Definitely measuring, trying to determine where that double arc is hitting and what.
It's definitely hitting the
Arc.
Looks like it would hit the front.
Well, yeah, I think he's
one.
Yeah, one for that roll of 3. And I think we're probably going to get the Ackbar, huh? Oh, he's intel officering the brace with. Oh, so he's intelling the redirect. So this superstar only has 1 redirect left. Oh, these dice are not cooperating for Ackbar.
That
2
is
hits.
2 hits.
And then what
and
is that
there's,
one?
I'm assuming that was.
I don't know if that's a Confire.
I had to go back and look at his
Token?
list.
Not sure.
That'd have to be a Confire. Well, that's Ackbar.
No, it's LCT.
Yeah. Was that a reroll?
It has to be.
There. And that was braced down to 2. And I believe we're going to go to movement here. Yep. Making some decisions here on what we're doing. No shields on the right side there of the SSD. We're just waiting on decisions here. Gene's taking his time to kind of take a look at what he wants to do. Looks like it's a nav
okay, so
token.
he's using Ahsoka to change a token to nav, and then he's going to drop to speed 2. I think he's trying to stay within, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. He's going to get out of the front. Oh, so well, maybe not. Ooh, that's close. All right, so that was a pretty close little bit of maneuvering there. All right. So that last trailing assault frigate, we'll find out here what the command is. Waiting for the update. So that assault
Engineering
frigate
command.
did engineering.
1 damage.
Yep.
And
It's got 1 damage. I'm not
thinking
sure
about
what that,
rolling
I'm not sure
dice.
what that means as far as spending
And
the
dice
the
are
token.
rolled there with an accuracy and a hit.
All right, so he's making a shot, obviously out the side, and he's intelling. Not sure.
And 2 hits there total. Ackbar, more accuracies.
Lots of accuracies. That's only 2 damage. He's not gonna get it done against a superstar doing this.
So the redirect.
The redirect. Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that last move was a speed 2 move, not a speed 3 move.
Correct.
No braces with the accuracies. And on the SSD, we have 2 on the front left, nothing on the front, nothing on the right. So shields are definitely going down.
This is going to be interesting. So his thrust control malfunction is going to come into play here, reducing his yaws of his last click. So we'll see where he ends up. It'll be interesting. So he is... Oh, that looks like a double arc to me.
Hard to
From
say.
the superstar?
It might be. I think you're right.
Yeah,
Adrian.
and
I think that's
it's
going to be
cut
double
right
into
the
the
side
middle.
of that assault frigate, which won't be great.
Yeah. So we are into the squadron phase here of turn 2.
Yep.
Or turn 3. I'm sorry. This is turn 3. I would wish it's turn 2 because it's just so much interesting things going on in this game.
Yeah, it's we're gonna see. Man, I mean, Ackbar's gonna get more shots for sure, but with the superstar going first next round, it's likely outside of 3 of that 1 planetary ion token. I really think it's got a double on that 1 assault prototype.
I think that's what they're measuring out now.
And
or thinking about it.
I don't know if the other assault frigate's even in range.
We are going to find out.
Round 4. Setting some dials. Or if you're the superstar destroyer, you're using your last dial.
Well, at least the last dial
that you set on round
that
1.
you set on the yeah. So we're going to update that to turn 4. So halfway through this game, we again want to do a special shout out to everyone that is watching us, joining us in the chat, letting us know how what they're thinking of the different games.
Yep.
And of course, while you're at it, let us know how we're doing. If there are other things that you are interested in knowing, like shield status, or if you need us to go through lists again, please let us know. We'll happily go through that as best we can as we're seeing what you're doing here.
Yeah, please chime in with how awesome the Empire is overall.
Yeah. No Sith fleets, though, Adrian.
Not unless I'm flying.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you have those. You are not going to be flying this weekend.
Not this
but,
weekend. Not this weekend. But at some point in the future, I'm sure. Maybe on the stream. Maybe we'll get together and on a regularly scheduled Ion Radio show, we'll bring out the dreaded bomber fleet. All right. So Gozer number 2 again, tossing a dial. Likely it was engineering because that is the repair cruise one. There are no cards, so I have a feeling that dial is going to stay.
I think you might be right. I'm also we've been picking in a way on the SSD. Here's a GR75 movie.
Yep, he's going to get out of the way.
I am going to update this in a second here to showcase some of the beautiful work done on the assault frigates. So take a look at that. That is kind of a gorgeous looking gold model for that assault frigate Mark II. And you know,
all right, here comes Superstar Destroyer showing. Let's see what kind of command it is.
We are waiting
Not sure.
for Garrett to give us our
He's moving
list
some
of
shields, so I'm guessing it's an engineering command.
Yeah, I would imagine you're right.
We're a little late on the table side command reveal.
Well, Garrett and Garrett's always looking to get absolute accuracy,
complete information, absolutely.
Which honestly, let's be real. You guys want us to do that?
It is not
so
engineering.
Engineering
it is
Confire. He's using engineering token.
Oh, engineering token.
To
Okay, so
improve the shields up at the front.
Yep, he sure did. So now there's 2 on the front. So Confire. So we're going to see some Ravager on that assault frigate, and I have a feeling it's going to be the side as well. So hang on a second. What's going on here? Okay,
we're going front to rear.
Front to rear. Yep. Okay. So front to rear. Let's see what we got.
Here's the shot. We got a double. There's
well,
four,
all right.
four
so
hits.
this must be LTT.
Yep. So
all right,
there's
so,
5.
All right. So it's XI7s. He is letting that stand at 5 damage onto the rear of that assault frigate. So he's going to brace and evade.
Waiting to get some clarification on the exact status here, but
yep. All right. So I think he's only going to be moving.
Yep.
All right.
Evade brace down to
yep,
2,
to 2.
which we
right,
figured.
So 2 on the rear. All right. So
rear.
now he's going to go on the side. So maybe he's going to use Ravager here. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I mean, he's got a Confire and a Confire token, so that's definitely prime for Ravager. Maybe maybe this is going to go onto the side.
Side
to rear. So interesting. So the rear is in arc.
Yeah. Apparently, and there's 4 more hits.
There's 4 more hits, but here comes one for the Confire.
No
and there's
shields.
Ravager.
No shields on the rear. That's why we're making
gotcha.
the shot.
Okay. Oh, and an accuracy. That means probably no brace. Ooh,
yeah.
That's going to be
that
rough.
that is a beautiful roll right there.
Yeah. Can't ask for better. I mean, red dice are generally misbehaving, so.
Generally speaking, you would be correct.
Yeah.
But in this case, I think Tom's red dice roll kind of like mine. They're coming up mostly hits.
Yeah. So he's accuracying the evade, so that's probably a good plan. So decisions are being made about what defense tokens to spend on this. Whittling away slowly at these assault frigates.
And I think we're going to see these assault frigates, at least one of them, go down. The question is, are we going to be able to get ourselves into crippling damage on the Superstar Destroyer?
So it looks like a redirect. All right, so he ditched the brace, made it 3, and then redirected.
Redirected to the, okay. Which, considering the shot was thrust control malfunction,
thrust control malfunction was the crit. Okay. So there again is the yaw going away.
Yep. So we're definitely reducing the ability of these.
So what will be really interesting is to see the move of the Superstar Destroyer here. What is it going to be?
Okay, so on that assault frigate that was just shot down, 3 damage total, no shields in the rear, and we redirected a bunch of damage. There's only 1 on the right side, but full up on the other 2. So 4 on the front, 3 on the left, which is kind of what you want to do.
So I'm guessing he's exhausting Piet so he can nav up to get that click, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So he's going to make that 1-click turn.
And again,
there it is. And
facing right at the assault frigate. Staying at speed 1.
Going to speed 1.
SSD, I don't think has any damage on it yet.
No cards. Just
shield damage.
Yep, absolutely.
And just a note again to chat, we are glorified spectators, so Ackbar's showing a nav. With me today is Adrian, who is commenting with me here.
Hello.
We've got another shot here. This is going side to front to the Gazanti. That looks to be 3 hits. Yeah, I think because of some technical difficulties at the beginning of the stream, we skipped that part. No scatter. 2 more, because the scatter's been intel'd. So that is a total of, well, I guess you're going to burn the scatter.
Yeah, absolutely. Because he's shooting.
Hang on. This is the evade. The evade's
I don't know
being
what
used.
This is. Hang on a second.
Okay.
So you intel the scatter, and now it's 4,
4, 5. Yeah, you still need to, I think, burn the scatter to save the ship.
Well.
With a Gazanti? Yeah.
So it's no scatter, but is he blocking the evade or blocking the scatter as well, or what's going on? Not sure. So don't know what he's spending here. We'll hopefully find out.
Yeah, we're. Hang on a second. I think there was some re-rolls involved here.
It was 5.
So it was evade.
Okay, he evaded the double in the crit.
Double
okay,
crits.
yeah.
Okay.
So he definitely.
So there was some re-rolls being done there. Jumped out of order. So we were getting excited, Adrian.
I know. Well, we're looking to see something blow up here.
And there is now nothing on the
front
there. Oh, there was 2 damage pulled out, and there was a structural.
Oh.
Okay, so the second damage is structural. My favorite card to come out.
It is your favorite, Ken.
So that's a good thing, because at least once, every time we stream, at least once per day, we have to be able to pull that out. Gazanti 1 showing a repair token, or repair and taking it as a token. There's its singular shot, accuracy, side to side. Okay, so we have an Ackbar shot here. Long range is what they're saying. They're measuring it out here.
Yep. Sorry for the silence here, everybody. We're just looking at the measuring here. Assault
side
frigate,
to front.
Side to front. Here we go.
And
okay.
Accuracy and 2 doubles again.
A double and a blank. The Rebel Ackbar's been rolling a few doubles here in these dice pools.
He really has.
And let's see here. We're intelling the brace. Okay, makes sense. Oh, there's 2 more hits. All right. And LTT for this reroll, another crit. All right, so that's 5 with an accuracy. He's intelling the brace. And he's accuracying the redirect. Remember, the Superstar currently only has 1 redirect. Okay, so Brunson tapped to remove 1 of that damage, the double, obviously, and that will leave 3. Brunson really MVP of this. Obviously, he's so close to all these obstructions or obstacles. You know, he's definitely removing a lot of damage. He's doing some work. So he's going to brace it to 2.
Brace it to 2. No shields on the front or the right.
And now we're going to see what movement this assault frigate does.
We have that's a nav on that one, right?
I do not know. We'll ask Garrett if he has the command on that assault frigate. What was the command?
It was repair.
Engineering. Okay.
Assault frigate, another repair.
Another repair.
Adding some extra shields. Looks like it's all on the rear.
All right. Those assault frigates seem to still have some shields going. They're repairing those shields on the rear, so Super Star Destroyer is going to have to do some work.
Definitely. So we are looking at some more dice rolls here. We're going to probably clear the tray here. No
Looks like
Ackbar
no
shot.
Ackbar. He's gonna take that double.
Yeah.
Rather than adding 2 red dice, he's gonna take the other arc.
So
Right,
this
side front. Let's see what this does.
That's
okay.
that's a pretty hit.
Yep.
So we've got an accuracy and 3 hits. One of those is a crit.
Yep.
Tom's deciding what he's doing here.
Yep. I don't know what he's accuracying.
Accuracy, I'm assuming probably
Well, it's probably the redirect.
the redirect.
Yep,
Yep.
the accuracy, the redirect. Since there's only one of those left on the Superstar, you keep accuracying that, and you're going to keep pounding that same hull zone, trying to get in and get some cards
Spending
on
a
that
contain.
Superstar. Yep, makes sense.
Okay, and then the
And
rear
here comes
shot.
the rear shot.
Okay, there's 3 hull damage
Yep,
we're
yep.
taking there.
Okay. And that is, all right, I'm not sure
Blank.
what that is. He's re-rolling with
It's
LTT.
probably
maybe?
an LTT, yeah.
Okay. Took the blank out of the
Spending
pool.
the concentrate fire token,
Okay.
making that into 2 hits then.
So hit crit.
Making decisions here. Now we're just taking them. So bracing that down to 1, redirecting that off to the side. And now this assault frigate looks like it's going to try and... No, it's just going to go straight. So
Okay.
only 1 shield left on the left front side of the SSD. Now the one
Well,
thing
aside
about...
from auxiliaries and rear.
Right. I mean, the auxiliaries are still there, and then you got the
Ooh,
rear.
that's interesting. You see how he turned out on that assault frigate. So to my eye, that rear is still doubled.
Yes.
Front and side.
But it might
So-
just be the side. But anyways, we're going to go into the squad
so
phase
squad
here.
phase. He's left a big bubble of squads there right in front of the SSD. I don't know if they're going to move in or if they're going to move. It looks like they're just moving away. So they're not going to try to
we're
put any hurt
disengaging
on
here?
there.
I don't think we're disengaging just yet. I think we're still at a score of 0-0.
Yeah.
So, yep, that ends the round.
And it's around. So now going into round 5, I believe, right? Yeah.
We are going into round 5. We do have a bunch of damage here. We'll see if we get some updates here, but I do believe there are 3 damage on the Superstar Destroyer.
I believe the Superstar has 4 damage.
We're going to get an update from Garrett.
Yep. Yeah, let's see if we can ask Garrett how much damage the Superstar has on it.
All right, we are getting data here
All right.
from Garrett.
So it looks like there's some decisions being made after the dials.
Yep. Engineering, it looks like.
Engineering dial on whom?
No, wait, because that wouldn't be right, because Gene's player 2.
That's right.
So, this might be... Okay, so just an update. There are assault frigate is 3 damage
on the Superstar?
2 on the Gazanti, and 3 on the Superstar Destroyer.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I believe he is doing...
I think we were refreshing cards is what we were doing.
Well, no.
Now we got the
now there's
Gazanti, speed
Gazanti
1.
CommsNet. He's going speed 1, and I think he sent a token over to the Superstar, which I believe was an engineering.
Looks like we'll have a rear shot here.
Yep.
Okay, Gazanti 1, did take the token, the engineering token. And then still 1 damage on it. nothing on the front in terms of shields on that little Gazanti.
Okay.
That could.
Right.
Yeah, assault frigate being activated.
So looks like the assault frigate had a repair.
Yeah. Adding a
He's
couple
moving.
shields here. Cleared a card.
And then he must be moving.
Yeah.
If he cleared a card, then he must be moving a shield. And he is going to try to take a long-range shot to the front of the Superstar out the rear, apparently.
Yep, removes its damage. Oh, just remove the damage. And we're going to clear the dice tray. 2 dice. Rear to the front of the SSD. That's a crit with 1 hit. LTT makes that 2 crits. And what are we going to do here? Because we only have the one shield on the
honestly,
side.
I think he's going to probably brace
Take
it.
the hits.
Why not? Because, I mean, there's no one else in range. You know, he can't be hurt right now. Superstar will take getting shot off the rear end of an assault frigate all day.
You know what? With 2 red dice, I mean, you might as well. I think the real question here is, can we get the SSD down to that 11 hull? And I'm not sure that we can. So braced it to 1,
Brace and contain.
then spent the contain. Yep,
That's
you
right.
are correct, Adrian.
And he's going to, ooh, that looks like it's going to be a little bit of a bump action on that flotilla.
Maybe.
He may end up falling short. And if he falls short,
4 hull damage right now on the SSD.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Repair cruise has yet to go. So
Right. So I think that
I think
may,
this is gonna
I
be
think
a
that's
bump.
going to ram,
yep.
which kind of puts it right back.
Yeah, there's no way to turn out of that with a medium base, I don't think.
No.
So he's going to be right back where he's at, or he'll be at speed 1 on top of the debris field. Definitely on top of the debris field after ramming the flotilla.
Yeah,
So
and
the
I think, yep, so there we are, wobbling off the debris
And
field.
he's taking the 2 shield damage on the
Off the
front, which
front.
makes sense.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it's going to be long range to his rear from the Superstar, though. I think the Superstar's out of luck on shots.
I think it might be. We're going to find out here in a second. I'm sure Range Ruler's going to come out in just a second. So we still have shields on that assault frigate.
Yeah.
We might. I wonder
They
if
have
we're
enough
not going to
shields.
see a ship blow up this game. There's the repair crew Gazanti moving forward.
Yep, and he'll remove a
Engineering.
card, I'm sure.
That's the one with the repair crew.
Right. So it looks like
And
an Ackbar's
Ackbar
going to
now.
activate. He's got to try to get a Gazanti.
Yeah,
to get
you know
some
what?
points.
Because if you can get a Gazanti out, and you could win by about 30 points.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, that's the CommsNet one, so you're going to get sub
I mean,
30.
you're 25
Yep.
to 20 points, depending.
Let's see.
And
that's a
is
good,
comes
that's good.
in. That
But he's
is
gonna-
3 hits with an
But
accuracy.
it's not blue, so he'll be able to
Accuracy
evade
and
that
scatter.
double.
Here comes the
Ackbar.
Ackbar.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's 4. You're going to have to LTT.
Oh, there's the other accuracy.
Block
with
both.
LTT, so
That
that's enough.
Gazanti
That
goes.
gets it. Yep, that does it.
That
so
was
there's
the
fir-
CommsNet one, right?
First points of the game. Yep.
So 25 points on Gene's side of the table. So right now a 6-5 in his favor.
Yes.
I mean, here comes
it's-
Ackbar moving
and
around.
he is the second player, so even if no ships had been killed or destroyed or points gotten, he still would have gotten the 6-5 regardless. So he needs to do a little bit more to push himself over that that threshold to get a 7-4. I don't know if it's going to happen though. With the way things are moving, we'll see.
All right, SSD going. Round 4. We are
Superstar
intending on doing
Destroyer.
top table, yes. So we will see
Let's-
top table on who's going to go there. I think we are just in range there.
I'm not sure. He might have some rear stuff to go, but I don't think anything in the
Yeah,
front.
I'm not sure if he's going to be able to destroy anything.
And the Superstar Destroyer's command, I'm not sure.
We're waiting to see here. doubt they'll call the game this early, especially not with this level of competition.
It's a nav.
Yeah,
No shots. No shots. All right.
Ooh, this could be potentially dangerous making a turn like that with that brick right there.
You know what? I think it's going to be fine. I think it's just going to avoid once he clicks in that asteroid. I'm pretty sure.
Well, we're going to find out momentarily.
If not, you know, he's got a nav, so he could actually do it at the last click and go up to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but he's staying at 1. So let's see what this is about.
This is going to definitely be
close.
angled right at it.
It will be close.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, look at that!
Miss.
Look at that! All right, so
Admiral Piet is forgiven.
He you know what? There's a reason that Piet made 2 movies instead of just 1. So
exactly. Oh, that's going to be bad news. All right. So if you look at this, the measuring is happening here.
Yeah, that's an obstructed shot to the front, to be sure.
But because Superstar Destroyer's first player, he's going to get some shots on. I think one of those assault frigates is going to get shot pretty
I'm
good.
inclined to agree, because if you can go for that middle one and actually kill it, you'll gain the points that you need to actually
I think that
move
one still needs
forward
to go,
in the game.
though. So the assault frigate is ditching the dial. He's going side to front. I'm not sure why he's ditching the dial.
Well, let's see, accuracy.
Oh, okay, so that's nothing.
And
he's going to intel. He's going to intel something, but the Superstar Destroyer with that roll does not care.
Nope.
He will just not spend that token because he does not care about that. He intel'd the green brace.
Yeah,
but
so we do have a
one crit.
LTT.
Right, so okay, so there's 2.
And then we're spending a Confire token here.
He's soaking to turn a token to Confire, apparently. And
there we go. Another accuracy.
Well, I really think that he's the Superstar is not going to care.
No. And you're going to get maybe 1 hit, maybe 2.
Yep.
And in either case,
unless he intels both of the contains.
You mean accuracies, the 2 contains.
Accuracies, that's what I mean. Sorry. Yeah, he already intelled the brace.
And a streak of natural light
We'll
there
see
in
what
the middle
happens
of the
here.
table.
Yeah,
Clearly the sun's peeking around the
Right.
corner of a planet.
So he didn't. So he's going to Brunson 1 and just take 1.
Yep.
Yep. Makes sense. And now let's see where Ackbar moves.
Yep. 1 taken on the SST, which after I think the repair
And I
crews were
believe he
back to
contained it.
4.
Yep, it's so let's see where he moves, and let's see if he stays within range.
It's B2
Ooh,
facing
that's
down
gonna be
that debris
close.
field.
That's going to be close to see if it's in red
It's an effort
range or
field.
not. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I need to see. It might be out, I think.
I don't know. Yeah.
And now we are in the squadron
and he's
phase.
just moving those squads away.
He's moving them away because
Squads.
why offer an opportunity to shoot something?
Well, you know, if those squads were in the front where he's going to shoot his assault frigate, you could get some free sniping on the front of that Star Destroyer and help out with some cards, maybe
You really
a card or
could.
two.
You really
because you're not going to flak when you have the chance to take out an assault frigate. I mean, I guess if he only flak, then the assault frigate gets away scot-free, no problem.
We are looking here for.
He's measuring to see.
Planetary ion cannon.
Yeah,
Don't
it's going to
know
be
for
range
a
3.
range.
I don't know.
Maybe that front one.
No idea.
But we are moving here into turn 6, the final round.
Final turn. So maybe we can ask Garrett if any of those planetary ion tokens are in range, which is a no, or if any of those assault frigates are in long range. So we'll see. It's hard to see from the overhead if the one all the way to the left is, but the one directly in front, maybe.
So it looks like we have the repair crew Grisante who's able to take a.
So repair
take
crew
one
is
away.
going first. So my thought is that, man, that GR has to get out of the way. But if he's moving fast, he might be able to jump over that GR.
I agree. It's really going to come down to, well, no, actually, I'm sitting here looking at this. You're going to have to be going speed 4. You're going to have to do some really heavy turning. Because, again, the assault frigates
Assault frigate 2.
turn
Yep, see, he's going to
slow.
try to get out of there. They do turn slow, but if he can make a right-hand turn, he may be able to jump that. So
now, if he does not
I'm
make
not sure
that,
what he's doing there.
this is removing thruster fissure with the engineering dial.
Okay. So the rear shot is coming at the front, well within red. Okay.
It's going to be 2 dice. Let's see how we go. And we have an accuracy and a hit. There'll be an intel here, I believe.
Well, that's a rear.
Intel to redirect.
Okay. And he's LTTing that.
For
Okay,
2
so
hits.
2. He's intelling the redirect. I don't think anything else is going to shoot him. So I think I would
No, I
just
don't think
take
so.
it.
So, I mean, you could take it.
Yeah. If he takes that, it's he's nowhere near 11.
No.
So I mean, he could just take it and then fly off.
And we took another. There's the damage.
And let's see. Well, let's see what happens.
So yeah, we took 1. Brunsoned it to 1.
Brunson. Yep. See. Yep. See, he hopped it.
Yep, he did.
Smith
So
there.
he's away.
So
I don't
there's
know
no
if
shots.
the SSD has another shot.
This is going to be, from the looks of it, a
So
6-5.
This
to
might be
player
6-5 with just 25 points here. SSD.
2. Yep. No shots, right? I'm guessing. Unless he has just the tape. No. Oh, is he just in there?
I can see
Ooh, I
this
don't
maybe
know.
being a judge call.
I don't know. It
We're gonna
looks
find out.
close. Let's
Looks
find
like
out.
we might be in here. It's hard to tell.
Well, we'll
Nope,
see
nope,
if he.
they called it in.
Yep. Okay.
So
Well,
it's,
he
it's
has
within.
that
So
side shot.
we do have a shot here.
So,
Let's see.
so
This
it's a
could
con
be
fire.
this could be important to the game.
Con fire.
So side
Yes,
to side
side
con
to side.
fire.
Let's see.
We have
Well,
there's the double.
A double, but dice control is limited on the
It
Superstar.
is.
Oh man. What do you?
No. It was a double. The blank
All right,
turned
so
into a single.
there was a question about what that die was. We're helping out here a little bit since we had it on camera. So sorry everybody. All right, so let's see what happens here. We're going to do a reroll. Those guys are playing bumper cars. All right, so it looks like 2 doubles and I think it was 5.
Yeah, that looks like 5.
5 with XI7s. All right, so he's just going to take that damage.
Taking the damage.
That 5 damage is really going to do nothing to that assault
No.
frigate.
Evaded the double. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we got our movement here and didn't land on an asteroid. I really don't think there's much else that can be done here. You try and go
No,
for a
everything is out.
Gazanti. Well,
He's
you
good-
could
oh,
go
he's
for the
gonna try for that
Gazanti if he
dozer.
wants to.
And
Which
he'll
would get him another
definitely-
28 points, but that's not going to change anything.
And it's probably going to be obstructed because of that asteroid in the way, is my
Yeah.
guess.
But even if he destroys it, it's going to stay at a 6-5.
Yeah,
So
I think
now
so.
you're going for MOV,
Well,
if anything.
well, no, it might not be. I mean, that's got repair crews. So let's look at the list real quick and see how much both those Gazantis are worth. So 28 and 23. So that's 40, 50. Yep, it's
Yeah.
going to just be still a 6-5,
Ackbar firing
even if he
at this
gets
Gazanti,
it.
so let's see what happens.
So this is just for rolling the dice. Will not affect the outcome at the end. Man, that's great roll. But unfortunately, it's going to scatter it.
Yeah. Because
But
you can go ahead and intel
but
it.
you know-
It's not going to matter.
Yeah, but it will affect MOV. So let's see what happens. I don't know what he just did to reroll all that.
Would that potentially be Ackbar, or was that one of the rerolls?
If he's taking dice out, and I can't hear what's going on, so I'm not sure. But apparently there were some rerolls, which will not destroy the thing, regardless.
Which is really at the this point in the game, that's all that matters. Can it stay on the board? It's going to land on a station.
Oh, it's going to land on the station, so it's fine.
Not the most exciting game.
No, that's for sure. However, you know, you get to see how a bunch of assault frigates are avoiding the front arc of a Ravager, so I guess that, you know.
Well, I think what we have here is a situation where we have some beautiful painted ships throughout. Well, and I think that's kind of the key
and I
here.
think that just missed the asteroid. Okay.
And part of Armada is not just the playing of the game and how the battles come about, but it's also sometimes about
the squadrons are moving away. That's it.
There we go. There's the handshake.
So there's a
that ends the game.
That is.
We're gonna take a good look at some of these ships because I'm sorry, folks. I like the way. Look at this. You've got those rear.
I mean, yes, but of this game. Look at the rear of that Superstar Destroyer.
Really?
Those engines, the glow, the majestic LED work on that Superstar Destroyer is the takeaway of this game. We've got the battle on top of the Superstar Destroyer. There's more battle on top of that Superstar Destroyer than happened in this match.
You know, there really is. I'm curious to see what we have here. So,
right.
You know, we're gonna move back to us here as we kind of wrap up this game. So we're back here in the booth. So again, apologies for the technical difficulties that occurred early on. We fixed them clearly. But we're waiting for confirmation on the final score, but we do believe it is 25-0.
Yeah, with that one gozer destroyed at around 28 points, it's going to be a close MOV 6-5 for second player, Ackbar. 25 points. My mistake. 25-point MOV. It pains me to say that Ackbar is the winner.
Well,
but,
we can't always have an Imperial victory, Adrian.
But if you have Admiral Ackbar running in fear from the Superstar Destroyer, that does my heart good. So at least one of the takeaways is fear Ravager, fear Superstar, Empire.
I mean, you definitely have something. I think here's another thing we want to look at, because this does happen at least once during any major tournament, and it could happen more often. This was definitely being played safe. So both these are midfield. They want to keep a position and make themselves in a spot where they might be able to proceed into round 4 with a shot at getting into one of those 3 coveted spots to move into day 1.
Yep, that's true.
And so here we've just got good competitive play that you could be very aggressive with those assault frigates and really run directly in and potentially take down the Superstar Destroyer. You could also just lose completely. So
and to be honest, there was a lot of blanks on those reds. Ackbar usually hits a little harder.
He does.
Superstar was kind of left out of range a lot. Ackbar too.
Yes,
for sure.
Ackbar
I think
too.
this was a very cautious game.
I would agree with that.
Superstar can take the hits, and Ravager can deal them out too. So I mean, it's just I think it was a little bit of a dance.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And again, we're in this spot where this is what you're going to do at a tournament.
Right.
Because you don't need to be in a position where you're on the receiving end of a 10-1.
Correct. You can't risk it all where all of a sudden he's putting just a ton of damage on the Superstar and gets you to 11.
Right.
Then it's not a 6-5 anymore. Then you are 7-8.
Right. And this was a prime game where if the assault frigates had the ability to really keep pummeling into the side of the SSD, you could have gotten those 11 points, got the triple, and that would have been worth a good 100-some odd points.
And he was chipping away on the shields at the Superstar. So I mean,
he really was.
It was a careful game.
Definitely. So I think we can probably wrap up coverage here for round 3. Adrian, what do you think?
I think so too. Garrett will be back for calling round 4, and you'll get to hear his dulcet tones issuing forth. I will do my best to not call the wrong round or
the round timer.
Oh, hang on. Garrett has a hot take. See, Garrett kind of agrees with us. He says, "Should have risked it for the biscuit." That's a Kentucky phrase. Risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, no, I fully agree. But yeah, we could wrap it up and come back for 4th.
So, folks, we will be back for round 4. We are going to be providing you coverage of table number 1. So that is going to be the top table. And, of course, final wrap-up score is 25-0 favor for Gene. That's a 6-5 victory.
6-5.
And on behalf of Adrian and Garrett, this is Ken saying so long from the Hyatt Regency Hotel here in Schaumburg with the 2024 Star Wars Armada World Championship at AdeptiCon.